Hello and welcome back, YouTubers. I'm Protomario, and it's come out that the Final Fantasy VII remake that is coming out is going to be episodic instead of being one flat package game that is going to be thrown out for everyone. The reasons behind this are two things. Number one, they stated that it was too big for a Blu-ray, and number two, they want to get it out as soon as possible. Now, I'm going to address the first. Too big for a Blu-ray? Really? You're telling me right now that your game is bigger than 50 gigabytes? Even with the remastery, that would have to be like uncompressed HD textures at 60 frames a second, 1080p, just consistent beauty no matter what. I'm not saying that's not possible from Square Enix, especially since they really put a focus on beauty in their games, but that still seems quite a lot for 50 gigabytes. I remember that the original is about 3 CDs, I believe. Maybe it's 4. I think it's 3 CDs, and it took quite a bit of data. You know, if it was to be on the N64, it would have taken quite a few cartridges also, which is why they moved it to the PlayStation. So it kind of makes sense from a nostalgia point to have it on a multi-faceted, multi-episode kind of thing here, but it doesn't make sense that they wouldn't be able to fit it onto one Blu-ray, so I'm not buying that excuse. I wouldn't mind seeing it being released on 2 separate Blu-rays, but hey, to maximize profits, making it a downloadable only episodic adventure probably would maximize the profits. They wouldn't have to stick it on a Blu-ray or anything. But who's to say things won't change? They won't also release it on a Blu-ray collection, but that kind of throws the whole, oh, we couldn't fit it because it's just too big for a Blu-ray excuse out the window. That being said, the next excuse was that they wanted to get it out ASAP. Now, I've got to tell you, that's somewhat better excuse, but it still doesn't make sense because only a couple years ago did the developers behind Final Fantasy VII come out explaining why there hasn't been a remaster or a remake, due to the fact that they said it would take like 10 to 20 years to produce properly. Now, if they had every single person on their team working on this Final Fantasy remake instead of any other project, I could see that time being cut down quite a bit. But that's just guessing. I'm just guessing here. The thing is that I feel that they're going to be chopping it up into episodes so that they can devote as much time as possible on each episode. And I hope that is the truth and they're not just bullshitting. I really wish they had said that instead and said, you know, we really want to give fans the best experience possible, so we're going to chop it up into episodes and make sure that every fan can get as much time spent on the game for the developer possible so that we can deliver it to the fans. You know, we don't have to sit here and rush the game development process or leave anything out. Now, some people have said that they're also going to be adding stuff in, you know, putting in Dirge of Cerberus and stuff like that, maybe putting in some tactics references. I don't know what they'll add in. I don't know if they'll add in anything from 6, so I don't know if they'll add in anything from 8. Who knows the final outcome of the game? They've been pretty hush-hush on the details, but they did show a working, viable demo, gameplay footage, and things of that nature, so to say the least, the game is pretty much prepared and raring and ready to go. It's just not completed, so that gives me the inkling that they want to put it out in episodes. Now, who's to say that they really are just trying to milk it and get as much money out of it as possible? I'm not the one to say that because I don't know how the company's working. I don't know what their thought process is. I don't know if that's the way it's going to go, but I definitely am disappointed in the fact that it is not one solid game that I can get on a disc and pop into my PlayStation. But I don't really know if a lot of people are seriously upset about that or not. I think more people are upset from the fact that it's just episodic. I think even if it was just a digital download only, I think a lot of people would have been okay with that as well. But from my own personal perspective, I like to get these compilation discs. I like to get arcade discs. Anytime I can get an old remastered game on a disc instead, it's great because I can play that offline if I don't have internet, if internet is out, if I am traveling. Even when I was in the military, it was great because I could just play these old games on the discs and I didn't have to worry about being connected to the internet. I didn't have to worry about downloading something. I didn't have to worry about my hard drive dying and me losing that game because I had it on disc. So, the question remains, ladies and gentlemen, is this a deal breaker for you or not? You need to leave your comments and questions and concerns in the comment section below, and I will attempt to answer them to the best of my ability. As for me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm off to play some Final Fantasy VII footage, the footage you're watching right now, and past me, make sure to get some good highlights here so that future me doesn't have to deal with comment section cussing me out for getting some blind bland, lame gameplay. Yeah, so yes, this is me playing Final Fantasy VII for the footage, if you're wondering. A lot of people think I've never played the game, or I don't even own the game, and that's silly and stupid because this is where the footage comes from. I have it on Steam, I have it on the PlayStation 3, I have it on the PlayStation 1 in disc form sitting on my shelf, so yes, I have played it, and yes, I'm excited for this, and I hope it goes over well. Thanks for watching my video and making it to the end, and would you please consider subscribing to my channel? By subscribing to my channel, you are not only supporting me, but also joining a community that is against stereotypes, lies, and fraud in gaming. I work my hardest to inform my subscribers of important stories that might affect them. From new games to important updates, the Mavericks are always informed. If you are tired of political correctness ruining your gaming experience, then join my rebellion, because PC isn't for me. And if it isn't for you either, consider yourself a friend of the Mavericks. Subscribe today and you'll be in good hands. Mavericks unite, and together, we can keep gaming from falling prey to the people that would not only censor it, but also destroy it.